Welcome back to Cartooning Class for Kids. I'm sorry for the delay of videos. It's been really busy for me. Today I'm gonna tell you a secret. The reason why we've been doing a lot and lots of superheroes is because superheroes usually have like a lot of details, and if you're good at details, you're pretty much good at any cartooning thing. So today today we will be working on landscapes because backgrounds are very important. Next video maybe we'll do characters with a background, but today we're working only on background. So you'll need a paper, your pen, your pencil, and colored pencils. Right now, you're gonna need your paper. So now to make a landscape, landscapes are different. First of all, you need to learn how you put your paper. This is called portrait mode because that's how you make a portrait. It's like portrait size. But when you're making landscapes, you flip it like this. That's just what landscapes look like. Now, depending on the landscape you're drawing, you're going to have to do different things. But today, we'll be doing a mountain. We're doing a mountain range landscape. So for our mountain range, first you need to know about perspective. Now, perspective is more of an advanced thing, but we've talked about perspective before. But for landscapes, it's way more important. Even though it is more of an advanced thing in cartooning, landscapes, it's probably one of the most important things. So, let's start. First of all, I'll explain again what perspective is. It's where you want either you or where you want the person looking at your art to see your picture. So we're going to be doing a far range mountain range landscape picture. Now, with all that said, let's start. First, we're going to have to actually make the mountains. So you're going to draw a line. It's going to be the grass because it's like you'll be standing in the grass, looking down. Looking like a little diagonally up, down, and you'll be seeing mountains. So we'll work on the details on the grass later. Right now we're just gonna make the outline because it's cartooning. It's not real landscape. Excuse me. To start the mountains, how many mountains do you want? I'm gonna put about 5 mountains in there. Yeah, 5 mountains. First, let's draw our main mountain. It's going to be the biggest one. It's going to be here in the middle. Now remember, this is a far range, and when it's far range, things look smaller. And so of course this is how big you are compared to the mountain. But since you're in far range, that's what it looks like to you. Now we're going to draw our next, so that's the main mountain. Now we're going to draw our next 3 mountains. Next 2, sorry. We're going to draw 1 over here. But whatever you do, make sure it's not taller. That's what I did right there. Make sure it's not taller or touches the main mountain. That's pretty much good. And start our other one. Exact same thing. If you want your mountain to be really wide, we'll just make that go out of the page. But that's not. I'm gonna make like one a little bigger. See, that's another thing, especially with mountains. They don't have to be the same size. I could just take a ruler and make it all the same size. But no, that's not how mountains are. Now, our last 2 to make it 5 are going to be in the back. So we're not gonna draw the whole thing. We're just gonna draw a curved line like that, and that's pretty much it. Now you got your mountains. Now let's go to the grass. So grass in cartooning, it's more just like, it's more like this. And that's it. Just make a bunch of those with some distance. Maybe sometimes do 2 and sometimes 1. Doesn't matter. But you only need about like 7 of these. Got 4 right here. 7 average. At least 5. This will just make it look like it's like sprouting. And if you want, you can add some flowers. And I'll add some. To draw a flower is very easy. I'll add a few here. You make a line. You make the petals. Then you draw the inside. And that's it. So I'm gonna put a few flowers. And then just continue with your little sprout things, and there we go. Now decorating your mountains. So decorating mountains is a bit hard because mountains are mostly brown, which could be that but they have like a shine. So we are going to do so for our mountain range, we're gonna try different colors. But for now, I'm just going to explain to you what to do. Then we'll do it. Actually, you know what? Let's do it now. So we're gonna get to coloring soon. We're pretty much done actually. Now we're just gonna get to inking. Inking, we've been doing it a long time. I'm just gonna explain again. Inking is using a pen to redraw everything you just drew to make it unerasable. Because you don't want any mistakes. Like you see how I drew the mountains? There are like some extra lines poking out. No, not even cartoon mountains look like that. So to do that, so that's an easier way of drawing, but it takes more inking. So when we're done, we're going to erase everything. But since pen doesn't get erased by eraser, it's going to stay, and that's how you can fix literally all the stuff you don't want without having to go so carefully. Just redraw it in ink, and then erase on it. But if you have something small, I prefer not do that, especially if you're the beginning of your drawing, just in case you want to change something. Inking is more what artists do at the end, when they're completely sure that's what you're drawing, they're drawing what to look like. But if you want to add anything, now's the time, because we're about to color. And after coloring, it's pretty much too late, unless the thing that you're going to add, it doesn't need to be colored. Okay, so there we go. There we got our inking. If you want, you can add some birds, maybe. Birds off in the distance. You can draw a whole flock if you want. And draw a few here. For fun, if you want, you can draw a bird standing. I'm not going to do that, but right now, go crazy. Do anything you want with your mountains. So now we're going to start coloring. Usually artists go in order of what they drew. So first we drew, so we didn't actually draw the grass first, we just drew the line. Not going to color the line because I'm just inking it. So we're going to do the mountains. So mountains are a bit hard. So we're going to take all the browns we have. I'll give you some time to do that. And just check on the back if they're really brown, like this one. It looks like brown. It's actually more of a purplish. Let's see. Where is that brown? Let me give you some time to do this too. Go ahead, start collecting your browns. All right. So now that we're back, I got all of my browns here. I'm gonna flip the drawing over. I'm gonna start coloring. Right now you're gonna take your lightest brown, and you're going to color the outline of your mountain. because sometimes mountains have like a shine, and that's what this is. Draw a few extra lines there. That's your main mountain. On these mountains, just do a little more loosely, because in the back you can't really see it that well. On the back ones there aren't any because it's being blocked by the mountains, by the front mountains, so there aren't any there. Now, so that's our red there. That's our like a little red. We're gonna take our lightest, and we're going to do on the inside. So basically, we're just gonna take all our browns, and we're gonna color red it. So if you didn't do the red yet, do it now. We're gonna take our. So I'm gonna repeat the steps. You're going to take your reddest. I'm gonna thicken up the outline with it, like so. Don't do it on the back ones because they're being blocked by the front ones. Then take your lightest brown and go lightest to darkest, and do the same thing. So like with your second lightest brown, so with your lightest brown that comes after the reddest one, it's going to be you're going to thicken up the outline of the red one. Now this is my third darkest, is it? Yeah. And you're just gonna thicken up. You're gonna thicken up the outline of the lightest. Then you're gonna take your darkest, and you're going to color the inside that color. And there you go. Do that for all the mountains. I'm not gonna do that now. I don't have much time left. But yeah, those are the steps. Remember, when you're drawing mountains, especially when they're brown, do the reddest, lightest, second to lightest, and darkest. Okay. So this is your model one. If you want, you can take a picture and just like print it out or remember it for any other time you're drawing mountains. For the back ones, you're gonna do everything we just did, except you're not gonna use the reddest at all. Now we're gonna do the grass. So I like to do the small things first, and we're going to take yellow because the circle inside the flowers, that's the pollen, and it's yellow. Now, depending on what kind of flowers you want, you can do that. But normal cartoon flowers, usually the insides are yellow and the petals are pink. And if you want, you can try to give your stem a shading of green, like this. It's a little shade there. Okay, it's okay. Now again, I don't have much. I'm not gonna color all of this, but just color all this green, whatever green you want. If you want, you can add shading, and of course, if you want, you can add a few clouds, and do your sky. And just remember, landscapes and portraits are like two different things. The only thing in common is that they're both cartoons. So that will be our first video for landscapes. See you on my next video.